When we will see traffic jams on the moon, says leading physicist September 3, 2019. Michio Kaku is a theoretical physicist specializing in string theory who fascinates his followers and shocks his detractors with predictions based on the steps of today's science. Soon we'll see traffic jams on the moon, says leading physicist. Some of your theses are so impressive that you need to revise your resume so you don't think it's a fortune teller who reads good luck on local television in the early hours of the morning. A fan of Isaac Asimov and a good chess player, this man brought the popularization of science to primetime television and best-selling book lists. Michio Kaku's career looks like a TV movie dedicated to the American dream. The script is fascinating. A humble-looking teenager who, even in high school, builds an atomic particle collider in his parents' garage, a 200-pound collider capable of creating a magnetic field 20,000 times more powerful than a person. Their goal was to generate a gamma-ray beam with enough energy to create antimatter. With the school project, Michio Kaku appears at the science fair in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and leaves Edward Teller, the father of the hydrogen bomb, speechless. A letter of recommendation from this scientist allows Kaku to obtain a scholarship from Harvard University in 1968. That's how it all started. Kaku, who now has his gray hair, will soon talk about humanity's future in Barcelona at the Ufology World Congress, an event that if you can't miss. For more information, click here. When asked about the future of our race, he answers, "Our future depends on space exploration. Dinosaurs had no space program, so they are not here today. We think that 99.9% of the species that have stepped on Earth since it was formed are extinct. Extinction is of a normal nature. If we are the exception, it is because we have brains. That is why I find it inevitable that at some point we will face a survival crisis that may be climatic, derived from a nuclear war, or caused by a pandemic. We need an insurance policy, and space is salvation. We are beginning a second golden age of space travel. The first was developed with the Apollo program, whose budget in 1966 was equivalent to 5% of US GDP, a figure that is unimaginable today. But in those years costs have dropped, and there are private companies in non-superpower countries that invest in space programs. In this new era, it will be Silicon Valley billionaires who will pay the bill. Many of your investors have a vision, and that is why they spend so much money. For example, Elon Musk dreams of interplanetary travel since childhood. For his part, Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, wants the Earth to be a garden, so that heavy industry gets out of the Earth's atmosphere. In the 60s we had a goal, to beat the Russians, and we did it. Then it all fell apart. NASA didn't know where to go. It lacked incentives. Now there are new money and new ideas. Soon, going to the moon will not be uncommon, and there will be traffic jams because of private transportation. Musk says the robots will eventually replace us, while Zuckerberg believes they will bring us prosperity. I think its use will benefit the economy, but it is not necessary to be naive. At some point they may become self-reliant. I interviewed the world's best robot engineers, and they recognize that prototypes now have very basic intelligence. But that will change quickly. They will evolve. Soon they will have the intelligence of a mouse, then a dog. When they get to the monkey, we have to worry. That will be dangerous, because the monkeys know they are not human. When asked if the super-technological age of interstellar travel will change the view of God and human religions, Kaku is very clear in answering. The invention of the telescope had religious implications because people were looking for heaven and heaven. Today, no one talks about heaven as a physical place. In 1600, Giordano Bruno was burned at the stake for saying, among other things, that there could be other civilizations in the cosmos. This thesis was a threat to the Church because it raised questions that had not been asked before. Would the aliens have a pope? Would they believe in the Holy Trinity? When Galileo was tried, he already stated that science needs to know where the heavens are going, while the Church is charged with teaching how to enter heaven. Obviously, since then the Church has matured a lot. There is no conflict, nor will there be. Kaku also predicts advances that will defeat death. When he talks about it, he is very aware that the human being will be prepared to get hold of immorality in the future. First of all, there will be a digital immortality, because you already know all about it. An avatar will be created with all our information, our fingerprint, with photos, emails, conversations. It will be a kind of soul library. Someday, instead of reading a book about Churchill, we'll talk to him. Imagine that, beyond all your information, we will be able to reproduce your brain, neuron to neuron. In relation to physical immortality, It will occur thanks to genetic manipulation. Our genes can be repaired as easily as a mechanic repairs an engine today. In conclusion, he considers that we should avoid any contact with aliens for now. It is very arrogant to say that we are alone in the universe. I am sure there are other civilizations somewhere. I think any advanced space civilization will be peaceful. If you have millions of years of advantage, it is more than enough time to solve your problems and not be colonists. But we need to be prepared if they are not peaceful. This is why we need to be cautious and go unnoticed. Also, I doubt they'll be interested in us if they're so evolved. What do you think of Kaku's statements?